Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here. So recently on Forza's latest monthly live stream, update 2 for Forza Motorsport was revealed. I'm hoping that with all the new content along with the bug fixes, this will dramatically improve the overall experience, especially for players who have been frustrated with just the game alone and how it plays overall. So let's take a look at everything in this new update, which all goes live on November 16th. So let's start off with the new racetrack that's going to be introduced, Yas Marina. Now, it's no secret that this is a returning track from Forza Motorsport 7. In my opinion, is one of the most aesthetically pleasing racetracks, especially to race at nighttime, and according to Turn 10, has been rebuilt. Oh man, I really despise any word or phrase with the word built in it now thanks to this game, but anyways, has been rebuilt to its most up-to-date season layout, which for those who don't know, includes a few sections that has been changed for better racing and overtaking opportunities. There will also be 4 different layouts you can race on: the full circuit, the North Corkscrew, the North Circuit, and the South Circuit, which is essentially the same layouts as we had back in Forza Motorsport 7. Now, what I actually like about having this new track for update 2 is that on top of it, of course, being available to race on during in free play or in rivals mode, Turn 10 will also include the new circuit with all of its different layouts to some of the existing Builders Cup series, which includes the Built for Sport series, Premium Performance, C8 Challenge, and the S-Class Open Series. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to just add an extra race with the Yas Marina Circuit to those race series I just mentioned, or replace one of the existing races from each of the series, but there is potential here with what they're doing. Eventually, once Forza Motorsport has enough new racetracks, I would love for these evergreen Builders Cup to constantly cycle through different tracks, as it would make the career mode much more dynamic and enjoyable. The new circuit will also be featured in the upcoming Prestige Tour, which I'll explain later on in this video, as well as the Forza GT and Forza Touring cars in the Featured Spec Series multiplayer. So overall, I'm very happy to see Yas Marina return, especially with its new layout, but honestly, Forza Motorsport is desperately needing some more tracks, as I just feel like I've raced them all so much already. I, for one, would love to see Mount Panorama return for Update 3. Alright, next up, let's take a look at all of the car pass vehicles for Update 2, which spans across 4 weeks. Now, these cars are available exclusively for players who either own the Deluxe or Premium edition of Forza Motorsport or have purchased the car pass itself separately. So, beginning with week 1, starting from November 16th, the 1965 Lotus number 1 Team Lotus Type 40 will release. Then in week 2, we have the 2019 McLaren number 3 720S GT3. Now, this actually excites me because I love racing GT3 cars, as I do find them easy to drive with the amount of downforce they possess, and currently in Forza Motorsport, it doesn't seem like there's actually that many GT3 cars. So to see a new to Forza GT3 720S is a nice addition. In week 3, we also have another GT3 car releasing. This time is the 2018 Mercedes AMG GT3, which again is another car I'm much looking forward to driving. And for the final week, we have the 2019 Peugeot number 7 DG Sport Competition 308. Now, I'm unsure as to how this car actually looks like in Forza Motorsport, as no gameplay was revealed, but I believe it looks a little something like this, which I would imagine is another touring car class. So overall, a pretty solid lineup of racing cars being introduced, and as a motorsport game, more racing cars is always welcomed. Which then leads me to the 2 new career series that has been changed in our Builders Cup, along with a host of new vehicles that they'll be releasing throughout the month too. Now, don't get too excited with these new cars, as many of them are indeed recycled from previous Forza Motorsport or Horizon titles, and much like the monthly updates we get in Forza Horizon 5, a lot of these vehicles are just filler content that really should be at launch, hence why the current Forza Motorsport car list feels a little empty. But anyways, I digress. So beginning with the featured tour first, for update 2, this will now be changed to the Prestige Tour and will include 4 new race series we can complete, with each of the series being unlocked as the weeks go by. So in the first week, starting from November 16th, the British GT series will unlock, and the new car or spotlight car that will be introduced alongside this series will be the 2013 Aston Martin V12 Vantage S. And for those who aren't aware, these spotlight cars that turn 10 releases can be purchased from the auto show at a 30% discount until this career officially ends, and will always be a vehicle that can be used for the new featured career series that has just been unlocked. So for week 2, we have the V12 Power Series with the recycled 2016 Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce as a spotlight car. And then for week 3, the Maximum Velocity Series will go live, with the returning 2011 Bugatti Veyron Supersport being the spotlight vehicle. And finally, for week 4, we have the Boutique Build Series, and this week, there's not only 1 but 3 spotlight cars. So the first spotlight car is another returning vehicle, the 2016 Spania GTA Spano, but the other 2 cars are indeed brand new. First is the 2017 Saleen S7 LM, which I know is also featured in Horizon 5's latest car pack, but still, to me, it's a new to Forza car. And the third car is none other than the 2022 Gordon Murray Automotive T50, the spiritual successor to the McLaren F1, and from the man who designed it too. So seeing these 2 cars does certainly excite me, and of course, once this Prestige Tour concludes, which ends on December 28th, all of these spotlight cars will still be available for everyone to purchase after, but just at their full prices. And also, when you do complete the Prestige Tour series, a reward car will be given, which is yet another recycled car from Forza Motorsport, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Now, just a side note for those who don't know, these series events that unlocks in the featured tour every week remains available to complete until it officially ends. It isn't like Forza Horizon 5's festival playlist, where once the week is over, you can't do any of those races anymore, which I actually prefer. Now we move on to the second new career series in the Open Tour, which is part of the main Builders Cup here. So currently in update 1, the Open Tour is themed around German manufacturers, with the reward car being the brand new 2022 Audi R8 V10 Plus. But for update 2, this will change to Italian OEMs, and the reward car for this month will be the 2015 Ferrari 488 GTB. Now, although the reward cars are indeed recycled, I definitely do recommend trying to get them, as these reward cars won't be available to purchase through the auto show, and you'll never know when they'll pop up again. For the Open Tour, you have until the 14th of December to complete everything before the theme and reward changes. With multiplayer, a few changes will be made to the featured and open spec series. With the featured spec multiplayer, there will be once again a new theme each week you can compete in with homologated or equal spec cars. Here's a screenshot of all of the new spec series multiplayer series. And then over in the open spec series, each week there will be a different spotlight series, which of course features spotlight cars, much like the ones I mentioned earlier in the career series Builders Cup. But what's interesting is that within the open spec spotlight series, an additional 2 cars will also be added to the spotlight as well, with the first being in week 2. The spotlight car that will be introduced is the 2017 Mazda MX-5 Cup, which I believe is new to Forza, and in week 4 we have the 2020 MG number 20 MG6 X-Power, which is the same car that's currently featured in Forza Horizon 5. Featured Rivals events are set to change too, featuring many of the spotlight cars from this update, and here's an image of what's to come for the Rivals section. So overall, a pretty decent amount of different content is being introduced, and I for one am certainly excited. But what is going to make or break this update, at least for me, and Really, this game in general is of course the bug fixes. Now, when I was watching the Forza Monthly livestream, the developers were saying that their testers have been their unsung heroes, endlessly playtesting these bug fixes, and here I am sitting and saying to myself, what were they doing before the launch of this game? Napping the entire time? Which is why I always say it's important to launch a game polished, because now they're spending valuable time and resources in an area of the game that could have been spent elsewhere to actually further improve the title itself. Now, the team at Turn 10 have also said that they're prioritizing bug fixes which will help the most with players' experience, and for Update 2, supposedly there will be over 200 bug fixes. As impressive as that sounds, all in the span of just 1 month, you know that the team just released Forza Motorsport for us, the player base, to beta test for them. But ultimately, in my opinion, as much as this hurts us, the players, and our wallets, this also hurts their reputation as developers too. And honestly, I think they have a very long way to go before they can earn the community's trust again. Now, although not all 200 bug fixes were revealed, we do know that stability is one of their main focuses to improve the overall game experience and reduce crashes across all platforms. And yes, this does include the game soft locking, whether it's in Builders Cup or upgrading your car before a race in the Builders Cup, which would also cause your game to lose some of your progression, which is something I have encountered endlessly and have given up on trying to complete this update's featured career series. Other fixes includes replays not loading, where the cars would just float up in the air. Although is a cool bug, I'm sure is quite annoying for players who want to go back and rewatch some of their race highlights, the livery editor where the black paint shade will show up as grey, and a whole lot more which I will put on the screen for you guys to look at. So hopefully with all the bug fixes they are promising, the overall experience playing Forza Motorsport will be much smoother, which is all I want for now really. Factor in the new tracks with the new cars from the car pass, as well as the new to Forza Spotlight cars. This update certainly has potential. I just hope for the developers' sake that it's not too late already, as given how bare bones this game actually launched with, as well as all the major problems it's had, do players even want to come back and give this game a second chance? But anyways, what are your thoughts for Forza Motorsport's Update 2? Share us your thoughts down in the comments section below, as I do read all of your comments, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, as it really does help me out. And of course, if you guys would like to stay up to date with everything Forza related, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.